Hello, boys and girls. I'm happy to be back and reading. I have the book, The Secret Weapon, and we're going to finish off on chapter 4, The Plan. So, we arranged to meet in the kitchen later. It would be better if we went there separately. Who else in the castle might be spying for the Black Knight? We hadn't been able to read the coded message on the parchment. Madeline has shown me another parchment with Father Anthony's handwriting on it, and they did look similar. Hello, Callum, said Grant, and gave me a wink, okay? She was chewing gum and stirring an enormous pot while giving orders to 3 kitchen helpers. Well, I can tell you, it's a challenge to be cooking under these conditions. And the ingredients. I must have a word with Sir Knight about the deliveries. It's taken all my creative talents to cook up this huge pot of soup, but I'm finally satisfied. And Madeline and I agreed. The aroma was wonderful, and that reminded me, I'm starving, I said. Well, sit down. You two, Madeline, you can both tell me what's on your minds. Because I can see you came here with a purpose, and you can be the first to taste this wonderful soup if you like, Sandra. She called to one of the kitchen helpers, 2 bowls and some of that bread I baked earlier. I was starving. I didn't look at Madeline or my grandmother until I had eaten 2 bowls of soup and 4 slices of bread. Gran waited patiently. Once I had lifted my eyes from my empty bowl, she said, Well, it's the Black Knight and his men. KS won't believe that they're about to attack the castle, Whisper said Madeline, and I glanced at the kitchen helpers. Spies, I said. I think Square Milton is one of the Black Knight's spies. Gran nodded and I continued, and there's a mysterious parchment all in code, and it looks like Father Anthony's handwriting. A monk? I said, one out walking in the forest when I came to work this morning, said Gran. Maybe he's the spy then, and not Square Milton, said Madeline. I never did like all those lessons he gave us. Boring. Well, I've got a plan, I said enthusiastically. A surprise ambush. Before the Black Knight and his men crossed the moat to the drawbridge. An ambush, said Gran. There are only 3 of us, and I'm not good with a bow and arrow. A bow and arrow. Not a bow, but a bow and arrow. I'm not good with a bow and arrow. All right. Where did I go? I had to chuckle at this, grandmother. My grandmother would win a war with a rolling pin, though. And she added, we don't know when they'll attack. True, I said, but this plan takes that into account. I know you've come here loaded with the chewing gum. And Grant actually went red in the face. So, she said, she always gets cross when someone criticizes her chewing gum habit. Well, we can get all the service in KS himself, chewing gum until we've got lots of wads of sticky gooey gum. Well, that's a waste, she said. No, it'll be a secret weapon. The Black Knight will have no idea that he and his men are going to get stuck in the puddles of chewing gum. They'll slip and slide, shout and fall into the moat. Says Gran. Said Madeline. Then they added, what about Square Milton? I think we'll persuade KS to send Square Milton on a trip around the forest to look for any sign of the Black Knight. And while he's out of the way, we'll have a gum-chewing party. What about Father Anthony? They both asked. Just have to hope that he gets stuck in the chewing gum too, if he's guilty. My chewing gum, said Gran sadly. I'll buy you heaps when we get back. I promise. Get back, said Madeline, a little puzzled I'll explain later. I said, but I had no intention of trying. Okay, boys and girls, that was the end of chapter 4. We will begin reading on chapter 5 when we continue. Thank you so much. Have a great day.